It is a sad day for Kenyans as shocking details of Kenyans who died in Saudi Arabia and Qatar under unclear circumstances emerge. Mike Sonko has taken it to his social media platforms to inform the public of the unfortunate incidents of Margaret Ruguru Waweru, aged 29 years old, and Anthony Kanyuka Wanjiku, aged 38 years old. Margaret died on the 6th March 2022 in Saudi Arabia, and the reason for her death is unknown, and her body has been lying in the morgue for the past 6 months now. Sonko has gone ahead to reveal that the Saudi Arabian government had issued an ultimatum that her body will be disposed of if the body was not transported by today. But Sonko has vowed to do his best to ensure that her body is not disposed of. Here's what Sonko's post reads, and I quote, "I got to learn about the untimely deaths of our two fellow Kenyans, one in Saudi Arabia and one in Qatar. Our dear sister Margaret Ruguru Waweru, aged 29 years old, died on the 6th of March 2022. The reason for her death remains unknown. Her body has been in the morgue for the past 6 months. Now, the Saudi Arabian authorities have issued a deadline that if the remains of the late Margaret are not claimed and transported by tomorrow, the body will be disposed of." The other case is that of Anthony, who died on the 18th July 2022 in the state of Qatar due to cardiac arrest, and his body has been lying in the morgue for the past 3 months now. But by the help of Sonko, his body shall arrive in the country on Sunday the 16th 2022, which is tomorrow. Here is what Mike Sonko has said in his post about Anthony's story, and I read, "Brother Anthony Kanyuka Wanjiku, aged 38 years old, died in the state of Qatar on the 18th July 2022 due to cardiac arrest. His body has been in the morgue for the last 3 months. I have made efforts to ensure that all the documents needed to transport the bodies of Margaret and Anthony have been processed, and that the remains of our brother Anthony shall arrive home on Sunday 16th October 2022. His family, friends and relatives shall receive the body of their loved one at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on Sunday to enable them to give the deceased a proper send-off." Sonko has gone ahead to say, and I read, "We are also working around the clock to ensure that the body of Margaret is not disposed of by the Saudi Arabia authorities. May the Almighty Lord give the families of the deceased patience during this grieving period. I will stand with the families throughout till we bring the late Anthony and Margaret's remains to their final resting places." End of quote. This comes after the case of Faith Njeri, who was jetted into the country after undergoing torture in Saudi Arabia, and as a result, she got paralyzed, but she is currently under medical care in one of the hospitals in Nairobi. Mike Sonko has been on the front line with efforts to assist Kenyans in Saudi Arabia to come back home, and he has promised to do his best to ensure that the cartels who take Kenyan girls to the said countries either do it in the rightful manner or end the business completely. We will give you an update as the stories unfold, so keep it locked to Sauti TV. Goodbye.